Hey Flosstube, it's Dina here. It is Monday, January the 9th, and it is around 3 in the afternoon. And you know I should be at work. I teach middle school, but we had a snowstorm. Here in Georgia, we don't do well with snow or ice, so we got let out of school early on Friday, just in the nick of time. We let out 2 hours early. I did drive over one patch of ice, just had to slow down and be careful. I have to drive over a lake to get home. There's no way to go around the lake. And so it's I-75. So it had already iced over on some of the bridges there. And then we were just sort of hunkered down all day Saturday. Yesterday we got out a little bit. I don't think it got above freezing at all. And then the roads are still too icy today. And it's melting now. I think it's 45 degrees. So areas in the shade are still icy, but we should be back at work tomorrow. But it was a nice little gift to have an extra day that I wasn't counting on. So I'll put a picture of my house here, so you can see why we pretty much have to stay home when it's icy. We've got an incredible driveway that we can't get in and out of. I was too scared to slide down it. Maybe next time I'll have the nerve to do so. All right, so let me catch you up on what's been happening in my stitchy world since Christmas. My husband went onto my 123 stitch wish list and found some items to get me. He said he went through every single item and picked out his favorites, which I thought was pretty impressive because I've got a few items on there. So he got me Blackbird Designs Midnight Watch. I've always loved this one. So I'm looking forward to that. I have one Halloween thing, so need to get some more Halloween stuff. He also got me The Addams Family by Plum Street Samplers. I'm not sure if he looked at the pattern or just saw the name. Knowing him, he probably just looked at the name and had great memories of watching that show as a kid. We both grew up on Addams Family, Munsters, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, all those fun shows. And so that one will be a nice one to stitch. He got me the Drawn Threads The Winter Garden, which I think is absolutely stunning. For some reason, I like long, thin patterns. And so I'm looking forward to doing that one. And then this one he said was his favorite out of all of the ones that he purchased me. So Little House Needleworks. This was a 2008 special release called Heart of America. And it comes with flosses and buttons. So that'll be a nice one. I think it'll be pretty quick to do too. So very nice. And then he treated me to a yard of 28 count mushroom Lugana. I have fabric upon fabric. I got so much fabric. And this is just a nice neutral that will work with almost anything. And so this should keep me pretty set for quite a while. So spoiled me rotten, like he always does. But that'll be helpful because I am in Stitch from Stash. So just trying to be more mindful of my spending. Because I spend a ridiculous amount of stuff on cross stitch, and there's no way I can finish all of this in a lifetime. And so I'm cutting back. I've got lots of nice patterns. And so my only bit of haul so far for 2017 is this right here. I ordered a set, it's 30 number 28 needles, and they're really nice. They're short, they've got like gold up there at the eye. Got them off of the eBay. From China, free shipping, and for 30 needles, it cost me $5.97. So, as long as I don't lose this little bag, which I have a feeling I'm going to, I should be pretty set for quite a while. I want to try to do some parking, and I don't want to take the needle out of the, I don't want to take the floss out of the needle when I park, so I knew I probably needed some more needles. So that was my big $6 purchase. So that's the new cross-stitch stash that has made it into my house. So let me go through and show you sort of what I've been working on. I had a lot of guests here for Christmas, so I didn't get any stitching time done during the break. The last few days, I don't know, I've just been a maniac trying to catch up. So one of the things that I managed to finish in the last few days was Alice from Brooke's Books Wonderland series. My favorite thing is this little toast butterfly. Just love the way the colors blended on that. But she was fairly simple. I'd gotten pretty close last time, and she just didn't have any eyes or anything. So it didn't take me long to finish her up. So now I've got to do the white rabbit. So he's coming up next in the queue. I didn't make any changes at all to her. Stitched it as is. After that, I was working on Stitch Mania's 12 Days of Christmas. I'm going to show off my bag again. I've got a tutorial on how to make these bags. And so I was doing Stoney Creek's 12 Days of Christmas. And I used my salvaged fabric from Santa's Village, which I'll remind you of in a second. And so what I decided to do first was the most boring part, to get it out of the way. And so I was doing these burgundy borders. And so I did this one and this one, did all these, boop, 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 got down to this one and realized they didn't line up. I had miscounted somewhere. So did a little bit of frogging, a lot of swearing, and got it caught up. It maybe cost me an extra couple of hours of work. And so all I've done on it is I have my borders done. And so there's my borders. And I did the 6 geese a laying. I think it looks really, really nice. Now this is some fabric that I had taken from another project, and it was a little bit too narrow to fit on my scroll frames. So I just used some scrap cloth and sewed onto the top and bottom to give me that extra little bit of width that I needed to get it nice and secure in the scroll frame. I think coming up soon I'll do a video on the tools that I use. I know when I was getting back into stitching this past year, I knew I wanted to buy some frames. I started off with Q-snaps. Quickly didn't like that. I felt like they were holding my fabric so tight that my tension was tight too. And so did a lot of research, tried to find good videos, and am thrilled with the system that I have. So I'll do a video showing all of that. All right, so that fabric on the 12 Days of Christmas had been this. And so this was Country Cottage Needleworks. And if you'll remember, I did not like how the white was barely showing up. I thought if I'm going to do all that white, which I hate to stitch, if I'm going to do all of that, I wanted to see it. So I cut that off. I think the fabric looks much better on the 12 Days of Christmas. And I've restarted it on this blue. I think it looks much, much better. I love this now. The white shows up beautifully. And so my goal this year, this will be the first thing I stitch every month. So in February, before I can do anything else, I'm going to do that February cottage. etc., so that in early December I can frame this. And then maybe even one day this, or during the summer when I'm off, I could actually get ahead so that I can get it framed in time for Christmas. So very, very pleased. I didn't make any changes to this at all. I don't have the beads or the button on yet because I'm going to wait till I'm finished with everything. I did make a bag to go with it today. Look at the pattern. So, yep, found some little candy fabric at Joann's after Christmas. And I've gotten pretty good at doing these, the bags. I can do 2 of them in about an hour now. So anyway, so there's my Santa's Village. I'm also working on Frosted Pumpkins, Merry and Bright. So this is just, it's sitting around. I might pick it up a little, here and there. So yeah, this is fine. I don't think it'll take me terribly much longer. And then the last thing that I've got is I'm just gearing up for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Clouds Factory Women in History Stitch Along begins. And so I've got my fabric, which I've never stitched on purple before, so I'm excited about this. I don't know which way it's going to go. So I've got lots of fabric. And I did make myself a little bag for that today. So every time I think history, I think maps. So I thought a map bag was appropriate. I'm having fun making these bags. And I also signed up for a stitch along, but it's a quilting stitch along with Jenny Beyer, who's one of my favorite quilters. So that'll make a wall hanging by the end of the year. So just enjoying finding quiet times in life to work with needle and thread. Love it. Well, I hope y'all have a wonderful stitchy week. I hope you've been off to a fantastic year. And I'll see you soon.